there's a quiet signal high-achieving men sending before they speak. It's a fit. And right now, your clothes are either sending the right signal or wrong one. If your clothes don't fit, you look careless, even if you are wearing designer labels. So in this video, I'm breaking down the practical fit checklist that I use with my private client, entrepreneurs, founders, and executives. So if you already know your wardrobe needs more than just a tailor and you want clear, direct plan built around your life and the room that you're working into, book an image color session. It's a focus session where we identify exactly what's working, what's not, and what needs to change. So you show up as the most intentional version of yourself. The link is below. Let's get started. Point number one, the most important one on this entire checklist, actually, the shoulder seam. This is a single detail determines whether the jacket or your shirt look intentional or completely off. And most men have no idea it's working against them. So here's why this matters so much. Research found that people form judgment about confidence and status in under 100 milliseconds of seeing someone. 100 milliseconds. So if your shoulder line is the first impression the eye read to upper body, and when it's wrong, the brain registers that the misalignment, even if the viewer can really name that what's actually off. So they just feel it, and then the feeling sticks. So here's the rule. The seam where the shoulder meets the sleeve should sit exactly edge of your arm. That's it for your jacket. So if we thrust past your shoulder, point right here, then jacket reads too big. If we pulled inward, then it reads too small. Either way, it ruins the entire look. So it does the impression you're making too. So I work with the serial entrepreneurs who actually came with me wearing the $5,000 Prada suit. But you would shoulder seam was dropping a bottom, like almost like an inch off from his arm. So he looked like he's wearing somebody else's jacket. So we actually made that the right seam for his jacket, and he looked completely different. He could see himself in the mirror. It was literally same man, but completely different presence. So here's what I want you to do right now. Check your shoulder seam to your favorite jacket or blazer. Standing in front of a mirror and then the arm relaxing your side. And then make sure that the edge of your arm is your fingertip. You can find it here. Then look at where the seam actually falls. If it's not sitting directly in the edge of your arm, the jacket needs to be tailored or it needs to go. So there's your rule. If your jacket is two sizes too big, it cannot be tailored because it needs to be actually disrupted the entire frame of a jacket. So if the inch or like a quarter inch, your tailor can make that better. But if it's more than an inch long, then that jacket actually needs to be donated so somebody else can wear it better. So now that before we go further, if you just wanted that, immediately thought about your jacket in your closet with the wrong shoulder fit, that's the sign of your wardrobe need a proper audit. Book an image color session and you will go through your current wardrobe, your goal, and build the clear path forward. The link is in description. So now let's keep going. The point number 2 is the jacket shape, the sleeve length. Jacket shape means that the jacket follows your torso. The well-fitted jacket should have the slightly tapered the waist. So when it's too boxy, it hides your frame and it looks careless. When it's too tight, it's like you're trying too hard. So the goal is the structure and clean. The silhouette says that you are in control without announcing it. So research back this up too. Studies have found that the male well-fitted clothes were rated significantly more dominant, successful, and trustworthy compared to the men wearing the identical clothing in poor fit. So the fit wasn't the only variable change. Same clothes, completely different perception. So now the sleeve length. When your arm is relaxed on the side, the jacket sleeve should end your wrist bone. So this is how you see it. So you can actually hold it like this, thumbs up, then you will see that your bone is right here. So once you do that, showing that the quarter or the half inch of shirt cuff up below it, which is the end of your arm, the little bit below of your the wrist bone. So this is small strip of white or color cuff is a finishing detail that signals the precision. It tells the room that you pay attention. If your jacket sleeve cover your shirt cover completely, it's too long. So they take it to the tailor. It's really easy to fix. When was the last time that you had a jacket altered to your exact measurement? Drop your comment. So because the most achieving men I speak have never had a single piece tailor, surprisingly, and it's the causing the opportunities without them even realizing it. So now moving to the shirt. So the shirt is basically that the ballooning problem. So this is the one of the most common fit that makes the I see too often is it completely fixable. So when you in the meeting and that is a person obviously looks like a senior, but then when he stand up, you can see that his shirt is below out from his waist. It looks sloppy because that's what ballooning does. It doesn't matter how expensive the shirt is. Well-fitted shirt should follow the shape of your torso without pulling across your chest or draping loosely at the side. When you tuck in, and there should be the minimal excess of fabric, the waist. Collar should fit in right against your neck around without the gap, and the sleeve length should end right at your base of your wrist, like this. And your shoulder seam for your shirt is different from your jacket. So your jacket is the edge of your shoulder, but your shirt should be on top of your shoulder bone. So there's actually about like half to quarter inch difference between your even inch difference between your jacket seam and your shirt seam for your shoulder. So make sure that you have the right seam for each of your jacket and shirts. And it's not small detail because when you're wearing the right fit, there's a difference in looking put together and looking like you're grabbing whatever that you found clean shirt or jacket in the morning. So here's a quick test. Pull on your most worn shirt and tuck it in and look at yourself on the side in the mirror. If you see that 2 inches except of fabric bulging out on the waist, the shirt is too big. Tailor can fix it so easily. So make sure that you can tailor the tailor. And if you buy it off the rack, look at the shirt, the label slim fit or tailor fit as a starting point, and then you can adjust it from there. So make sure that your neck is fine. There's not too much fabric around your waist, and your shoulder seam right for your shirt, and your sleeve length also need to be right. So now that there's one more area that most men completely overlook, and it's the one that give you the fastest visible improvement. So we're talking about the pants here, especially for 3 things: the waist and sit and the hem. So let's get into it. So point number 4 is a pant. You can have a perfect jacket, perfect shirts, but then everything falls apart from the waist down. 3 things to check. First is the waist. Your pant should sit right at your hip bone. So it's not on your waist. So your waist is actually the narrowest part of your body. However, your pant actually needs to sit right above or at your hip bone without belt. If you need a belt, meaning that it's too big. So it needs to be adjusted or gotta go. Then the next one is the sit. If you see that there's too much of fabric around it and they kind of give you the dripping look, it's actually too big for you. So Taylor can fix the sit. So it's an easy fix. Then third, it's the hem. It's the fastest upgrade available to the men right now because there's so many people that it's pants is literally just too long. So even expensive trousers want the wrong length with as careless. You can be wearing the $15,000 pair of trousers and the hem is dragging on the floor. It really like you just didn't care. So what you want to do is that the trouser should have the clean, slightly break at the top, the front of your shoes. No slacking and no bolting. So the easiest way to do it is that take every pair of every pair of trouser you want to tailor, have them the hem in the right length, and the single step will upgrade your entire look without spending $1 on a new clothes. Trust me, hemming it will actually make your look completely different without dramatic change for your entire look. So, which of these four areas do you think that is the biggest issue in your current closet right now? Shoulder, jacket, or shirt, or pants? Let me know in the comment. I read every single one. Now, here's what I want you to understand before we wrap up. Fit is the signal that you send in every room you're walking into. When you're walking into the meeting or keynote speak or even client dinner, people are reading your look before you speak. Your posture, your presence, and how your clothes fit. All of it communicating your standard. So this is quite an advantage because when you show up looking the part with a polished look, it works before you actually say the single word. The first impression is formed within the first 7 seconds, meaning anyone that you before you even speak a word, and there is no second chance to make the first impression. So the question isn't whether your appearance is sending a signal, it's whether the signal is working for you or against you. So apply what we covered today to your wardrobe, your jacket, your shirt, your pants. Check the jacket seam and evaluate the jacket shape and the sleeve length. Look at your shirt silhouette and then your trouser width and the seat and hem. One appointment with a good tailor, it will be all sold. That's it. If this video shows you that how your image actually have a room to grow, next step is simple. Book an image clarity session. In the session, we can specifically follow where you are, who you want to become, and then how you look actually going to affect and make the achievement. A clear personalized plan so you're walking into every room with the kind of presence that does the work before you say a single word. The link is in the description. Book your session today. I will see you in the next video.